Welcome guys to the final special episode of Gran Turismo Practice Center, where I'm covering how to get gold in each of the X Challenge races. This final episode then is what I believe is the hardest of the three, which is the Suzuka track. And my settings, again, similarly to the Nürburgring, is ABS 1, skid recovery force on, everything else off. Like I said in the previous episode, this is just one way of doing it. There are others, and this is just what I used. Now I'm going to be going into in depth on each corner, best lines to take and how to do it. So on this first corner here, full speed through the first part. It then straightens out. You want to then brake quite late. I found that make sure you start wide and cut across the inside, but apply the brakes after you start turning, so quite late braking. You can see there I just tap the brakes, cut right across the inside of the corner, and end up wide. For all of these next corners here, you want to be going at full speed. Just go lock to lock, left right with the analog stick or the wheel, depending on what it is you're using. Don't release it too early. You want to make sure you're roughly in the middle of the track, so you can get a nice line through each of the corners. If you end up too wide, you'll find you'll struggle to stay on the line. Now for this last corner, if you go full speed, you'll struggle to stay on the track, and you'll fly off the other side. So just lightly touch the brakes. Make sure you cut it nice and tight there, or even clip the grass a little bit here, and then full speed through this final corner here. This next section here is a really important part of the track. The first corner you can take at full speed, and that is how I found to be the best way. If you're not confident in that, just touch the brakes slightly, but if you are going at full speed, make sure you turn early, cut right across the corner there. Make sure you're staying wide. Make sure you line up wide for the next corner, as this can get you a lot of time if you make it right. So having come through there, make sure you're wide on this little straight here. And then you want to be braking. Maybe just let the cars slide out a bit. You can see the wheels there in the bottom left are all red, just because they're all sliding a little bit. Turn in really early. You want to be turning in nice and early and cut across that middle of the corner there, and you should be able to get it nicely. Time at that first split then, just round about 28 seconds. Anywhere under sort of 28.4-ish is good. If you get under 28, that's a really good time. Now coming up to this hairpin here, you want to brake not too late that you fly off, but not too early that you cut too far across the middle and end up in the grass. I used the Dunlop marker as a good sort of point at which to brake. So you can see I start braking as I come past it there on the left, still wide, cut right across the middle of the corner, start accelerating as you come past the middle there of the apex, accelerate out. I actually managed to take that really nicely. Did it not so well on the second lap, but that was a really nice turn actually. Full speed all the way through here, of course. Coming up to this corner, it's pretty high speed, so just lightly touch the brakes, reduce your speed a little bit. Make sure you're nice and wide here, lining up for the next corner. This is a really important one because you can come off really easily. Brake a little bit heavier than the first corner. Make sure you're nice and close to the inside line, and accelerate as fast as possible, because the better exit you get on this, you'll get more time up on this straight here, and that can really improve your overall lap time. So I paused it on the next split, and I'm getting a 52.2. Now that's kind of, that's just above average. I was hitting, 0.3, 0.4, that kind of time. If you get under 52, you're on a really good lap. I got, I think, maybe 1 or 2.9s, which is really good. Full speed through that little bit there. And then this is the little chicane at the end of the track. This is probably the most difficult bit of the entire course to get well, without crashing whilst staying fast. I use that little red box you can see on the left of the track as a braking marker. Start braking, brake extremely heavily, stay wide, cut across the inside of the corner. You could even cut that tighter than I did. Continue to brake as you come into this little straight section and get onto the accelerator again. Cross the corner there. I could have cut that tighter again, and as a result I did end up in the sand just a little bit, but I managed to recover and I didn't lose too much time. And that way you should be able to keep enough speed to to come through there nice and fast. So my first lap is 1 minute 5 seconds 0.5. So I need to recover about 0.5 of a second on my second lap with the rolling start that I get for the second lap here. And you'll see that I do manage that. Anywhere above 0.5 I would recommend restarting. To be honest, you're not going to be able to make that up unless you drive phenomenally fast. That corner there is the only one that's going to be different now, so the rest of the video isn't going to be slow mode. I started braking, if you've got the driving line, about just after the first braking line comes up. So you go through the first braking line and then brake when it finishes, and that should you line up nicely. Now I'm going to play the rest of it in full speed like I have done previously, so that you guys can see, exactly how fast you need to be reacting, that sort of thing. And I would say, again, this is probably the hardest one. It's going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take a lot of persistence, that's for sure. And to be honest, the only way you're gonna get gold is if you're serious about getting a gold. If you just try and go in and try and get gold just quickly, it's probably not going to happen. You do need to put some time in to get this, and you do need to put a lot of practice in with this car and get used to how it drives. I pull that final chicane much nicer there. Might even have saved me there, as I get a 1:4.37. Final time was about 0.3 under the gold time, so gets the job done. I hope this has helped you guys. If it has, be sure again to leave a comment or hit that like button. Any questions, I'll be replying to you as quickly as possible. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.